Hello there and welcome to my channel. I'm Kiki and today I'm going to be doing some Spirited Away painted fan art. The only Spirited Away thing I've ever really done is this mask, which isn't the greatest thing in the world. I did this for a cosplay for my brother, which I plan on hopefully making a better one in the near future. But yeah, I'm going to be using one of my canvas and my paints, and I'm going to attempt to paint a hopefully nice sort of scenic thing. That's the hope. So let's get going. So I started with a really rough sketch in my sketchbook just to get an idea of what I was going to do and figure out the sort of placement of the idea in my head. And once I had that done, I hopped into the painting by putting in the sky and the water and my fluffy clouds, which I'm very happy with. I like my fluffy clouds. In the reference picture that I had used for the water, it was just this really pretty much flat dark blue color, and I had tried to replicate that, but it looked more like you were trying to look at things underwater, and I didn't like it that much, so I ended up going back and fixing the water around what I had put down, because I had already put down No Face and the train on top of the water, so that was fun, trying to go around them and not screw them up. But then I made it looked more like it was water, and it had movement to it, and it didn't look like you were underneath the water. I'm really pretty happy with how the bathhouse turned out, considering how tiny it is. It looks like a faraway bathhouse from Spirited Away, in my opinion. And then I also put in No Face, who the hardest part was making him fade out. I don't work with acrylics that much, so I don't know all the little tricks and such to it, but I kind of managed to figure it out, especially once I went back and was fixing the water. I managed to get him to sort of blend out a little bit better. The train I had also done, and then went back and basically redid to try and fix up some of the detail and make it look a little bit less chunky, which I think I managed to do, and to get the sort of movement of the water around it as it moves through. The scariest part of this picture was putting Haku down, because it's like, once I put him down, there's no going back, and everything that I have here that I really like, I won't, if I mess up, I ruin it all. And it was so scary, it took me like a solid 2 minutes to put my brush down on the canvas. But I did it, and he turned out pretty good, except for his head. I'm not too happy with the angle of his head. I think that's the big problem, is the angle I put it there. And then I finished him, and then it was time to put Chihiro on, and I was like, oh no, now I have to do a person. But I feel I didn't do too bad with her. I think the biggest thing with her is her head's a little bit long, and her hand that is up, I didn't quite get into position that I wanted, so it looks a little stiff and awkward. But overall, I'm really, really, really happy with this picture and what I managed to do with it. I definitely need to work on getting more detail into my paintings when I'm doing them with acrylics. I haven't quite figured out, like, there are little things that I figured out how to add detail in, like with the scaling on Haku's belly. I feel like I did a good job with those, and the clouds, and like the bathhouse and stuff. But there's other parts of Haku, like his head, I don't feel are as detailed, and Chihiro could have been more detailed, and the train. Sorry, my ring hit the laptop. But it's, it's a learning thing, and I pushed myself to try and do more than I usually would. Like, I normally end up painting like trees and rocks. So this was sort of new territory. And yeah, I feel I did okay, but I know I have a long way to go when it comes to acrylic painting, and I'm planning to try and get there. Alright, so my painting is all done, as you saw. I am really pretty happy with the outcome of this. It's better than I expected it to be, not as good as I wanted it to be, but better than I expected it to be, which is good. I'm happy with that. I wanted to just kind of show like the distance and sort of journey-ish thing. So like you got the bathhouse and the train and no face, because I mean obviously I had to do no face. The biggest things for me, probably the head. It's not it needs work. And her hand. Those are the only two things I'm not really happy with. But other than that, I'm actually really happy with this picture. I did try to make sure I added in more detail than I have on some other pictures. It didn't work. But no, I'm really happy with how it came out, even though it took way longer than I expected it to. But at the same time, I'm not surprised it took that long.
know, I enjoyed this, and I hope you enjoyed watching it, and whatever random rambling I may end up doing in the voiceover, which I haven't done yet. And I hope you'll check out some of my other videos, and if you enjoy those as well, please subscribe and come with me on my art journey. I hope to see you around. Bye!